next lesson. Our next topic is based on the data types. Next, we will see already we have learned in the last classes about the data types, which are nothing but data are what integers, float, character, and strings, and so on. And today we are going to study deeply about the data types. What is data types? Okay, first of all, data types determine the type of data associated with variables. So यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Data types determine क्या करता है कि types of data associated with variables. Last class में हमने देखे थे variables are nothing but they store the data are based on the integers, characters and the strings. और ये हमने लास्ट टाइम कोडिंग के ऊपर भी हमने वेरिएबल्स में भी एक एज के ऊपर हमने कोडिंग किए थे तो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं डिटरमाइंस टाइप ऑफ डेटा डिटरमाइंस दैट एसोसिएटेड विद द वेरिएबल्स मतलब वेरिएबल के साथ ये डिटरमाइन कर रहे हैं सो रिमेंबर दैट इंट कीवर्ड वी यूज टू क्रिएट इंटीजर वेरिएबल्स राइट यहाँ पे इंट क्या है कीवर्ड ऑफ द इंटीजर फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमने लास्ट क्लास में देखे थे इंट एज एज इज व्हाट वेरिएबल इंट क्या है कीवर्ड ऑफ द इंटीजर इंटीजर इज नथिंग बट द कीवर्ड which is integer is nothing but a data type. So यहाँ पे हमने example of the integer variable देखे हैं. So next here int is actually a data type for integer variables. Similarly, there are many other data types in this. Now looking here, int type. Int is a integer value without decimal. For example, हमने देखेंगे 4 comma यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे क्या क्या है int is nothing but already I said that int is what it is a data type 4 and 4 point minus 40 43 etc. It values or numbers can be in positive or in negative. It depends on the numbers what you are taking. So, but it should not be decimal points. Means no, it should not be in the points. अगर आप points चाहते हैं तो आप कौन सा type लेना float. Float is nothing but floating point number with decimal means 34.9, 98.2 etc. Here character type used for characters. हम देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे characters are nothing but a single quotation. यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे single. यहाँ पे क्या है single quotation. यहाँ पे this is the single quotation. Single quotation we are seeing the examples we can see there. Single quotation G is taken as a character with the single quotations. यहाँ पे open bracket with single quotation, minus is taken in the single quotation, etc. So next, now to create a variable that stores floating point number and characters, we are using float and character. See, float is used for the floating points, char is used for the character integer. We can even take int for what? Int, for example, age. Int is used for the integer, float is used for the salary, character is for the letters, so on. We will learn about the string data type in the later chapter, okay? Now, we will focus on these three. Now, for example, create the variables. Next question is there based on the variable, okay? Which of the following value can the test variable stores? For example, here int test is there, yeah? We are taking the int test as an example. Sorry. Yeah, we can see that. Where is the int? I took int test as an example. In this int test example, we can say that int is what? A number. 19 is a number? Yes. 19.9 is number? No. 19? No. It comes in the strings. Why? It is a double quotation. 19, it is also double quotation. So what will be the answer? 19. Here, 19 is an integer value that can be stored in an int variable. Okay. Next, print float variables. अब तक हमने देखे थे int variables, अब देखेंगे हम float variables के ऊपर. Yes. So here, now that we know how to print variables, yes, how to print variables. Already in the last class, I have explained how to print the variables. If you not seen that class, please go and check once. So now we are seeing here. Let's use some concept of the print float variables. So you can see here, include stdio.h. I already said this is the hashtag, which is nothing but a, what is that? We are in the last class we have studied, it is nothing but pre-request, and whatever is there, this is a pre-request command. Okay. In this there are the two commands. stdio.h is nothing but a standard input output. Header line is there. Include is what? It is a user file, user defined file. Okay. Int main is the main function in this program. So here we are taking the floating number. As I said that create float type variables. Yes, create float type variables. Float number should be in the decimal. So we are taking 36.43 with the semicolon. Why we are taking the semicolon? Because under the braces, whatever the statements come, it should be end with the semicolon. Okay. Here we are entering the printf. Why we are taking the printf? To print the floating point. What is the floating point? Here we are seeing the percentage f. Yeah, it is a specifier which says that number, what is the number? 36.43 should be printed, so that the output should come it as a 36.43. Yeah, we are taking here, last time we saw that integer took the specifier as a percentage d. D is nothing but a double, but here what we are taking the percentage of. Yeah, I can see that, we can see that. Hmm, we can see here. Hmm, percentage d, comma, percentage f, comma, percentage c. These are what? This is a double, this is a floating point, this is the character. You should remember it. Okay. We will see percentage d in the next program. That is nothing but it is a character. Here we took double because to identify the age we took the percentage d. So here we are taking the floating number, which is nothing but f. Floating is a symbol of f, and here we are considering as a 36.43 as a value, floating value or floating number, which in the output we are getting 36.43. We have used the format specifier, I already said, percentage f, to print the number variable as a floating variable. Next, floating notation. Yeah, we will see floating notation. What is floating notation? In C programming, we can use the letter F, which is small letter or capital letter, at the end of an floating point number. Why? To signify that it's a float. Yes, we are taking a small letter f or capital letter f. Why? To signify it's a float. For example, here we are seeing that include stdio.h. Int main is the main function with the bracket. I said this open bracket and close bracket indicates the what? It is a function caller, function parameter. Okay. And the braces are used for starting and the ending the statement, more than one statement. So why? To execute it in the output. So that's why we are using the braces. So here floating notation, using the floating notation. Why it is floating notation? See, In the last class, float number was 36.43. Only that's it. But we are taking extra one letter, which is nothing but a F, which is a capital, okay? Which is a capital, sorry, small letter F. Why we are taking it? Because floating notation. What is floating notation? Already it says that we are signifying the float with the help of small f or capital F. That's why is the reason we are taking the floating notation. Understood? Float numbers. It is on 36.43 F. Printing the variable, exactly we are printing whatever we wrote in the last coding, exactly we are printing like that only. Percentage of, which is nothing but a specifier which we specifies the number is what, 36.43. Yeah, and the output will be exactly 36.43. It won't take the F. Why it won't take? Because whatever is the floating number, only number it will execute. So you should remember this floating notation will add the F in the floating numbers, that is nothing but 36.43. In the next we will see that here. Notice that we have used 36.43 F instead of just 36.43. This indicates that the number is of float type. Okay. Alternatively, we can also use F to indicate that it is a float. Remember, we can even use float number. For example, 36.43 F also we can add. It is not compulsory to use F for F to indicate a float value. Yes, it is not necessary. Means it's not compulsory. Yeah, I should write F only. I should write small f only. I should write capital. No, nothing is there. You can take or you cannot take. It depends on you. However, it's good practice. We recommended it because floating notation we are explaining. So we are just explaining with the help of the small f and capital F, but we won't be using this notation frequently in this course for the sake of the simplicity. Yes, next quiz. For example, we will see the one question, one MCQ which says the print float variable here. Suppose we have a float variable named salary. We are taking a float variable as a salary. Salary depends on the numbers. It will be 99.9, whatever. It may be depends on the, it may depends on any value. So we are taking that number named as a salary. How can we print it? Printf salary semicolon. Is it perfect statement? No. Printf percentage, no, why it is not a comma salary semicolon is not a perfect statement? Because we are using the float. Here it is d, it is a double which comes in the integer, so it will also be wrong. Here printf percentage of comma salary semicolon, is it a correct statement? No. Why? It should be start with the double quotation and with double quotation. Why? Specifier. What? Specifier should start with double quotation and with the double quotation, comma salary. This is also wrong statement. When it comes to the third one, print comes with the D. Printf double quotation starts with the specifier, comma salary, close bracket and semicolon. Is it the correct answer? Yeah, it is correct answer. It says that D is the correct answer. Why? This is a correct way to print the float variable salary. Why? It's starting with the double quotations and even salary, comma salary, and ending with even the semicolon. Next, we are seeing the print float variables. Print float variables. Example, with the help of next this will you should do. Last time 36.32 we took. This time problem description, like you should create a float variable. I already explained in the last this floating code only. So you should take that code and instead of 36.32 you should take 78.32 value, and you should get the output as a 78.32 value. Okay, create a float variable number with the 78.32, print the number variable, and make sure you delete the placeholder text. Okay, And whatever your I will show you, wait. Here we will see that, see, 36.43, it is a floating notation. Okay, yeah, here you can see include stdio.h int main. Here float number was 36.43. So in this place you should take what 78.32, and you should output should be 78.32. So exactly this coding, exact it is, just the changes you should change the float number, and whatever is the printf and return, exactly you can write it and get the output. That's it. So here you will it will be it will be easy for you to learn it nicely, and if you create your own coding, it will be more easy. You can take your own value, floating value, and execute it. Next, character variables. So here, character variables can only store a single character. Yes, I already said character will be starting with a single quotation, which is nothing but a single character data. It stores the only single data. For example, you can see here, here it is a single quotation which is having the single character data, which is nothing but a small s. We use the char keyword. Here we are using what? Char is a keyword of the character. Remember it. Okay, here char is what? It is a keyword we are using here in the character variable. Char alphabet example, we have taken the single quotation with a small s semicolon. Here alphabet is a character variable with data. Yes, yeah. In C programming we use single quotes to denote characters. Yeah, we are using the single quotes to denote the characters. Similarly, to int and float variables, we can also print character variables using the printf function. Yeah. Okay, let's look at an example. Include stdio.h int main open bracket close bracket brace open brace. Here what we are doing, create a char variable. Okay, what we are doing, char variable. What is the char variable here? Char alphabet. What is the alphabet we are taking here? Yes. Okay. Small s. As example, we took on the char alphabet, where to print the char variable we use percentage d. Okay. I already took this example. I already said that percentage d. Sorry, percentage d comma percentage f comma uh, percentage C. These are the example. These are the specifiers we should compulsory take for the different data types. It will be taken for the integer, and percentage D is taken for the integer, percentage F is taken for the floating point or float point, and percentage C is taken for the alphabet. Is nothing but a char. Char is a keyword. To print char variable, we use percentage C. So printf here percentage %c comma alphabet semicolon is the ending, bracket close semicolon, return 0. Closing the braces, the output will be what? Yes. Yes, it will be the output. So for example, we are taking the one question, whatever is there is next, we will see. Notice that we have used percentage %t format specifier to print character variable. Remember, this is a specifier we have taken for the character variables. Next, which character variable? Which of the statement is correct? Character letter, double quotation, wrong. Character letter equals to single quotation, yes, this is the correct because it will use the only single character data. So answer will be B. If we see for the C, here two are there. Yes, two single characters are there. There are two characters single. They are not single, they are two characters. A B are the two characters, wrong. It will be on execute. Character letter 5.6, I already said that 5.6 is will becomes under the floating number. or float number. It don't come under the character letter. So it is a wrong. A character should enclose inside a single quotes. Yes. Is it correct? Yeah. B is the correct. So next challenging is you should take instead of a S character, you take a Z and you once execute and see you will get or not. So this lesson is completed. You just completed variables. Okay, you have completed variables. So next class we will be based on more on the variables. Till there, take care and whatever it is if you not understood, please comment in the comment and say that what which topic you not understood. I will be uh, explain once again. I will make one more video and I will explain. So hope this video is helpful for you and meet you in the next class.